Yu-Gi-Oh!
This is a card game I love more than almost anything. I've collected my favorite cards since I was little and continue trying to find and gather rare cards to this day. I watch the anime on Saturday mornings, and I tried to build decks based on the ones used by the characters in the show. Simply put, I've been obsessed with this game since I was little, and the joy I felt at getting shiny new cards in my hands has never gone away.
But there's a problem.
In 2020, lockdown orders for COVID-19 stuck everyone in their homes, and that just so happened to be the mass revival of card collecting for YouTube pack openings. As a result, most retail stores took almost all Yu-Gi-Oh! Product off their shelves entirely to limit mass buying. Go into any Target and you'll be slapped with signs saying no Yu-Gi-Oh! Is to be found here. But buying sealed product is part of the thrill of Yu-Gi-Oh! So without it, my favorite hobby was suddenly becoming inaccessible.
But fear not, there's a happy ending to this story, thanks to this.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links is Konami's attempt to bring Yu-Gi-Oh! Into the mobile phone market. Aside from a few slight rule changes, the game carries over mostly the same. You select a character to play as, build a deck of cards you either buy or pull for in the digital shop, and play against AI opponents and other players across the world. It's the same game, just suited for the mobile game marketplace. And it was quickly becoming Konami's go-to way to push Yu-Gi-Oh! During the pandemic.
So I decided I'd go out to conquer Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links for myself. I mean, I love Yu-Gi-Oh! And I know a ton about it. How hard could it be?
Turns out it was pretty hard. While the rules are the same, the cards available are completely different in places. The competitive metagame isn't the same as in the physical game, with many decks that were never good in real life suddenly popping up into the competitive tiers. This meant my existing knowledge wasn't really all that helpful, so I had to get good, and fast.
But luckily, I'm here at college.
This is a great place to meet people with similar hobbies and connect and chat with them. There are plenty of places on campus to gather together and talk about even niche interests, like the competitive scene of a mobile app game based on a card game for children. You'd be surprised how many people you can find on campus that also play this game.
I've actually been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links since 2017, but 2021 was the year I decided I wanted to take some competitive trophies, which meant that it was time for me to saddle up, and it was time to duel.
Enter the KC Cup. The KC Cup is a semi-annual tournament hosted in the game, a competition between online players across the world, and I decided I wanted to win one. Well, winning would be a bit tough, but I at least wanted to make it to the elusive second stage where the best duelists gather. So I sorted out the very best cards I could in the game, this one, and took them to the tournament. The deck I brought was Galaxy Eyes Photon, a deck that, put simply, loses if I ever have to go second.
But I persisted, and what happened?
I made it to the second stage of the tournament. This is pretty impressive since it consists of only the top cut of players. It's a far cry from being number 1 in the world, but it's impressive enough that I added it to my resume.
So I did it. I accomplished my goal in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. So how do I feel now? Well, admittedly, I still miss the feeling of collecting real physical cards, and that's just not the same on Duel Links. But luckily, I still have this.